It all started in the restless heart of Port Harcourt, where the sun always seemed to rise with a promise and set with a test. Elijah and Naomi first met in secondary school. Elijah was the quiet type, always tucked away near the back of the class, lost in his notebooks full of tech sketches. Naomi? She was fire. Loud, brilliant, bold. She had a laugh that could fill a hall and a brain that never missed a question. Their worlds were nothing alike. Elijah came from a stable middle-income family, while Naomi's family squeezed into a one-room apartment. But their souls met halfway, and from that moment, they became inseparable. Every day after school, they'd walk home together, talking about teachers, dreams, and futures bigger than the city itself. "Someday I'll build a company," Elijah would say. Naomi always replied, "And I'll run it right beside you." She meant it. She saw in him what no one else did. After graduation, life drew blood. Elijah couldn't afford university, so he started taking cleaning jobs by day and teaching himself business at night using free Wi-Fi in cafe corners. Naomi got into a polytechnic on a partial scholarship, but was always stretching pennies. Still, Elijah visited often, even if it meant skipping dinner to save up. Years passed. Elijah launched an online store. First with chargers and phone cases, then clothes, then electronics. It was slow and rough. But at 25, he was running a modest but growing tech startup. When he proposed under a faded street lamp with a cheap but heartfelt ring, Naomi didn't wait. She said yes before he finished asking. Their wedding was small, just the people who mattered. They moved into a small apartment in GRA, and for a time, everything felt like a dream. Then the shift began. Naomi landed a job at a large corporation. She was smart, polished, and in no time, rose through the ranks. Within 2 years, she was earning more than Elijah. Then came the brand endorsements, exclusive invites, and online fame. People started calling her Lady Boss, echoing her old school day joke. Elijah tried to keep up, but he saw the change. Naomi became distant. She stopped asking about his business. She came home late, laughed at his efforts, and once called his company a glorified hustle. When he reminded her of their early days, she rolled her eyes. "Grow up, Elijah. Dreams are for kids." One night, after yet another silent dinner, she packed her bag and left. 2 weeks later, the divorce papers arrived. Elijah stared at the space where their wedding photo once hung, the silence louder than anything she ever said. But fate wasn't finished with him. Not yet. After Naomi left, Elijah's world dimmed. He tried to hold it together, but the emptiness in their apartment screamed louder than any fight. Her scent still haunted the curtains. Her books still sat on the shelf. The woman who once rooted for him had become a ghost. His business suffered. Missed calls. Forgotten meetings. He kept enough to survive, but the spark? Gone. When friends asked, he smiled. "I'm all right," he'd lie. One night, while wandering the streets to clear his head, Elijah passed a construction site. That's where he saw her. A young woman, huddled near a corner, barefoot, arms wrapped around herself. Her clothes were torn. Her eyes sunken but sharp. Something pulled Elijah toward her. "You okay?" he asked gently. She nodded, too fast. "I'm fine," she whispered. But her shaking said otherwise. He removed his hoodie and draped it over her. "Take it. You're freezing." She hesitated, then took it. "Thank you," she said softly. "I'm Elijah." "I'm Rena." She didn't say more. Elijah didn't press. He bought her a hot meal from a nearby vendor and sat beside her while she ate like she hadn't in days. He returned the next day. And the next. Bit by bit, she opened up. Rena had once studied fashion design, but lost everything when her parents died in a fire. With no relatives and nowhere to turn, the streets became her world. Elijah paid for a guest house room and toiletries. "Just for a week," he said. "You deserve better." Her eyes filled. "Why would you help me?" Elijah answered quietly. "Because I know what it means to be thrown away." That moment was the start of everything. Rena slowly returned to life. She showed Elijah old sketches. Her talent stunned him. "Why'd you stop?" he asked. "No one cared," she replied. "Well, I care," he said. "Let's build something. Together." Their first fashion drop, 10 unique dresses, was photographed on a borrowed phone and posted online under the brand Rena Rain. Within days, comments poured in. Orders followed. Bloggers took notice. Elijah had found his fire again. Only now it burned alongside hers. A few months later, a gold-trimmed envelope arrived. A wedding invitation. From Naomi. She was marrying a flashy tech investor at one of Lagos' most opulent venues. Elijah wasn't planning to attend, but Rena had other ideas. "Let's go," she said. "Let her see the man you've become and the woman who stood with him." Elijah smiled. Challenge accepted. On the big day, Naomi's wedding flooded social media. Cameras flashed. Celebs swarmed. Then the doors opened, and in walked Elijah. Not alone. Rena stood beside him, wearing a custom black and silver gown she'd designed herself. Confidence radiated from her. Elijah's tailored suit screamed elegance. The crowd murmured, "Is that Elijah? Who's she? That dress?" Naomi's eyes locked on him. She smiled faintly. "Elijah, you came." Rena insisted, he replied. "And who is this?" she asked, voice laced with envy. Rena leaned in. "I'm the one who stayed when you walked out." Silence. Naomi stiffened. "Enjoy your event," she said tightly. "Oh, we were invited," Rena replied, flashing the gold card. Even Naomi's groom sensed the tension. Elijah and Rena moved to the VIP seats. Cameras kept clicking. Whispers didn't stop. When they left, Rena passed Naomi and whispered, "Next time you discard something, make sure it's not gold." Naomi stood speechless. Elijah and Rena walked out, legends in the making. Months after the wedding, Naomi's picture-perfect life collapsed. Her husband turned out to be a walking scandal. Videos of them arguing leaked online. He embarrassed her publicly, then kicked her out. Her savings? Gone. Her brand? Dead. The once celebrated Naomi was now just another forgotten name in Lagos. One stormy evening, Elijah stepped outside his office and found a woman crouched by the gate, drenched, shaking. "Naomi." "Elijah," she croaked. "I have no one else." He paused. "Why are you here?" "I made a mistake," she sobbed. "I lost everything. Please, just let me stay tonight." Rena appeared beside him, holding an umbrella. Naomi saw her and broke down. "I'm sorry. I was wrong." Elijah stared at the woman who once mocked his dream. "You left me in the dark," he said softly. "She stayed with me through the fire. I can't go back to what broke me." Naomi dropped to her knees. "So that's it?" "No," Elijah replied. "That's growth." He handed her the umbrella. "Find shelter, Naomi. But not with me." And with that, he turned away, hand in hand with the woman who helped him rise. Naomi sat there, soaked and broken, watching the door she once slammed close behind her. Moral lesson: the one you abandon in the storm may become the star you can't reach when the sky's clear.